So I think we were discussing consolidation of land holdings. We have to write a little bit, है ना? Write a bit. So what is the meaning of consolidation? It means bringing small lands in a large block of farms, etc. So there are two terms actually, consolidation and sealing. Here sealing means, any idea? Sealing on land? Limit. It means taking land from big farmers. If you are taking land from big farmers, that is what we call sealing. Sealing means there is an upper limit and you cannot hold or own more than that amount of land. So we write consolidation, we have written one paragraph. Can you please show me? Sealing means taking land from big landowners, and give it to other small farmers. Now you write reasons behind consolidation of land holdings. So what do you think about what were the reasons behind consolidation of land holdings? Yes, to increase the effective area of cultivation. Any other? So that will help in increasing the productivity. So you write first one. There were many small and scattered land holdings. Next point. The pressure of population on agriculture. Started getting high. Now these are the main two reasons: small scattered land and the population pressure. Now we need to increase the productivity, etc. These are the secondary things. But first, what was the thing or the reasons behind the mind of these policymakers to implement this particular policy? Now what was the result of this consolidation? So we write in the next paragraph. This particular program was not successful because of differences in land fertility. And lack of conclusive ownership rights. That is why it is very difficult to implement. Especially in rural areas. Full stop. Some states were near to successful in the implementation of this reform, such as Yes, any idea? Any idea? If you take region wise, we can do this consolidation. Like yesterday I gave an example of Punjab and Rajasthan. If you think about a particular state, particular region, where the productivity remains same, maybe throughout 100 or 200 kilometers, we can implement consolidation of land holding. So states like Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh implemented far better in comparison to the other state. So you write such as Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh.
What is the meaning of conclusive ownership rights?
Conclusive ownership rights means proper land records, proper documentation of the landowner. I'll explain this. Cooperative farming. This is the next reform, but this we cannot give the number 5th because land reforms were only 4. Getting my point? So this is the part of traditional land reform, but this was never the priority of the government. The priority of the government was only first 4. What were those? Abolition of intermediaries. Second one, without looking in your copy, tenancy reforms. Third one, ceiling on land holdings and redistribution to landless laborers or small farmers. Fourth one, consolidation of land holdings. And this is your 5th traditional reform, but not the part of original land reform initiated in the year 1950s, because cooperative farming is not a new concept. You know, cooperative farming is the concept since ancient times. What's the meaning of cooperative farming?
Very small land holdings, they come together and they cultivate the bigger land.
ठीक है. It means voluntary pooling of their land. Suppose this is the land. So there are 4 divisions of this particular land. There is fencing, etc. You know that some of the amount of land wasted because of this. So voluntary, these 4 people will pool this particular land, and they will cultivate the crop together, and whatever the amount of production will be happen next year, 1/4 is the share of this. What will the benefit? Obviously increase in productivity as well as expertise, support. Suppose you are taking a loan, it means you have to go daily to your farm. If there are 4 or 5 people, obviously you can take some other roles and duties as well. So this is expertise of these 4 people will also take into place. Getting my point? What is the benefit? Now, is that compulsory? How it is different from the last point of land reform, consolidation of land holding? There are 2 differences in comparison to consolidation of land holdings and cooperative farming.
Consolidation of land holdings, the location of the land was not nearby or adjacent. It could have been very far. So in pooling of the land, it has to be the adjacent land.
First is cooperative farming is voluntary. Consolidation of land holding was compulsory. In cooperative farming, you have your own land. There is no selling and buying of land. So have your own land. No one will take your land. But in consolidation of land holding, government was snatching the land and giving it to small farmers. So you write the first point, definition. Cooperative farming refers to voluntary pooling of land for consolidation, land for cultivation. You write land for cultivation. It is full stop. It is similar to consolidation. It is similar to consolidation but the main difference is that landowners retains their ownership rights. Landowners retain their ownership rights. ठीक है, full stop. It is a better option in comparison to the consolidation. Full stop. Now you will tell me that what are the demerits of cooperative farming? What are the demerits? Why this model is less successful? The question of land grabbing is still there. Getting my point? It's a voluntary pooling, but land grabbing, land snatching, the fear of land grabbing is still in cooperative farming. That is why this model is less popular. So you're right. Land grabbing by other three. Suppose, for example, there are 4 people. Suppose this person is not very much involving in this. So actually there is no documentation. These are voluntary pooling of land. So land grabbing, suppose these 3 make one cartel and they pressurize this person, they grab their land. It's a common phenomena all over the country. The fear of land grabbing is still there in cooperative farming. That is why we need conclusive ownership rights, proper documentation. If there is proper documentation, वो होने के बाद भी हालत खराब है. रजिस्ट्री सब कुछ हो जाती है, एक ही प्लॉट की 2 रजिस्ट्री है, पहले से सेल आउट हुआ है, दूसरे ने आके दूसरे को तीसरे को बेच दिया. Getting my point? So here you write, this type of reform has been in the picture since ancient times. But the reason behind its little success, that the fear of land grabbing is still there. Any doubt in this point? Government? But these are voluntary. So if there is anything voluntary, then obviously there is no concrete evidences that this is your land, that is it.
There is a person called Patwari in the villages who kept all the records of the land who belongs to you. So any person living in the village, he can
so he'll file the case. Case will go for 10 years, 15 years. Problem hai. I'm not saying that they always grab their land, but there is a fear of land grabbing. That is why people are not coming. People are not taking forward steps. Getting my point? आप किसी को गाड़ी देते हो अपनी 2 व्हीलर? नहीं देते ना. क्या दिक्कत है? आपके नाम पे गाड़ी है भाई, तो डर लगता है ना कि लेके भाग गया, केस आप कर दोगे, पुलिस में रिपोर्ट लिखा दे, गाड़ी मिलेगी. प्रैक्टिकल रीजन है, दैट इज मैंने दिया है ना, इसलिए मुझे पता है. नहीं भागा नहीं है, गाड़ी सही सलामत है, बंदा भी सही है, बट डर रहता है. गाड़ी मेरे नाम की भी नहीं है, पापा के नाम की. बाद में बदला वो बंदे का लाइसेंस भी नहीं है. चालान कटा गया क्या, पापा के पास मैसेज आया चालान कट गया। पापा बोलते गाड़ी का है, कहाँ चला रहे हो, फोटो के साथ आता है। भोपाल में स्मार्ट सिटी का जैसे प्रपोजल हुआ, देयर आर ऑल ओवर द प्लेस सीसीटीवी कैमरास, चालान घर पे आता है नंबर प्लेट के साथ, फोटो के साथ। ठीक है चलो, तो फियर ऑफ लैंड, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट्स द कॉमन फिनोमेना, बट देयर इज ऑलवेज अ फियर, सो विल नॉट गिव। ठीक है, नाउ वी आर कमिंग ऑन टू मॉडर्न रिफॉर्म्स। So modern reforms we will see in post 1991 period. Post 1991 period. A small topic, modern land reforms, because the process is still going on, but we'll discuss Land Act 2013 and Land Bill 2015. What do you think about what X factor will come here after economic reforms in the land reforms? What happened after 1991? It means now reforms are linked with market. So now we can easily conclude that these reforms are market-led reforms. Here, government is thinking about frequent buying and selling of land as well as land leasing. You understand land leasing? Taking land on lease, that is rent. You just receive the rent and you will give the land for the cultivation. So what is the benefit of land leasing? That will give security of tenure for at least for a cropping season, 3 or 4 months. Getting my point? So you write these reforms implemented after the 1991 period, first off, these reforms are popularly known as market-led reforms. These reforms are popularly known as market-led reforms. Where the frequent buying and selling, as well as land leasing, allowed and facilitated by the government. In the land market. What is land market? Where buying and selling of land happened. So like financial market, this is also land market. Second hand motor vehicles market, etc. ये सारी चीजें होती हैं वैसे। ठीक है। Now what was the benefit from the government side? If you think from government side, because this is a very conceptual topic, you have to think from both farmers' perspective as well as from government's perspective. Now you know that traditional land reform started in the year or in the decade of 1950s. But what had happened after that? There was no concrete step to support these traditional land reforms. Government was not interested. Then why after 1991 government started taking interest and facilitating frequent buying and selling of land as well as the provision of land leasing, and later on we'll discuss contract farming. What was the motive from government's perspective? Because whenever you are implementing economic reforms, you need land for other purposes as well. If you are not having proper records, proper documentation of all these records, how will you acquire land? So it means the question of land acquisition. If a lot of MNCs are coming into India post 1991, they require land. And in order to provide that land to that particular companies, you need proper records so that you will give proper compensation to the landowners or the affected people. Getting my point? That is why government is interested in reforming these buying and selling. Getting my point? Right. Government started focusing on land reforms because after 1991 the requirement of land has been increasing for other purposes as well. Full stop. Agriculture was on less priority for the government. Okay. So what was the first provision under modern reforms is digitization of land records. So you write the subheading, digitization of land records. What are the benefits of digitization of land records?
Records accessible to
easy access all over the country.
Difficult to manipulate.
Difficult, that is hard to manipulate, obviously. Major point. What are the threats of digitization of land records? Threats.
It will be difficult for the educated people to access it.
No, if it is writing on the paper or on the digital form, you have to read. चाहे वो हाथ से लिखा हो चाहे. So that is not the main case. But what is the major difficulty? We can say cyber security, but that will come in a later. The main threat was that if land records were manipulated, it means on the books, then they will be digitalized. And after digitization, that is very hard to manipulate. तो जो पहले से wrong है, they were not right in the books. That was the main reason. So sabotage, the threat of sabotage was very, very high. So you write, digitization of land records was a brilliant step in reforming the land acquisition process. The main benefit of this digitization is that these are very hard to manipulate. First off, the quick accessibility of these records all over the country, was very beneficial for the officials. Full stop. Now what is the solution to this? It means we were talking about that in India we do not have conclusive ownership rights. So conclusive ownership rights, this is the solution. It means ownership rights now visible. So this is the solution for lack of conclusive ownership rights. So you write this one. After full stop, next paragraph. Digitization is the solution. Digitization is the solution to the problem of lack of conclusive ownership rights. Lack of conclusive ownership rights.
So can you please explain this problem again and how does it going to solve this problem?
Right, last line. Complete the sentence. I'll explain. Conclusive ownership rights are very important. Conclusive ownership rights are very important because land acquisition requires clear cut documentation, especially for infrastructural purpose.